What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Back today here on NBA 2K23, continuing with our realistic rebuilds, and this is one of my favorite ones to do because Raptors fans are so passionate. Today we're going to be doing a Toronto Raptors realistic rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like at this one, subscribe if you're new to the channel, on the road to 30,000 subscribers. Your subscription and leaving a like helps that out a lot. It helps that goal come true. But I apologize if I look a little rough today. I did not sleep well at all last night. And also, I do want to say tomorrow is Throwback Thursday. So if you have any throwback rebuilds you guys want to see tomorrow, go ahead and comment them down below. Off to a terrible start. I can't speak. But regardless, the Toronto Raptors, man. Pascal Siakam, Scotty Barnes, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby. The Raptors are one of those teams that are very, very intriguing in the Eastern Conference. They're one of those teams that could definitely surprise some people, but at the same magnitude, I think there's a lot of people that don't give them enough credit, I will say, that don't, really see them as true contenders. I feel like they definitely could be. There's definitely some teams I would put over them, but for the most part, I think they could definitely match up with a lot of different teams. So I'm excited to see what we can do with them in this video. I don't think I'll be doing anything season number one, to be honest with you. I kind of just want to roll with what the Raptors usually do, see what happens here, and then obviously you can make our upgrades from whatever we need to do. So Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Siakam is your typical starting five. You have Otto Porter, who they signed to free agency, Precious Achiuwa, Chris Boucher, and then Kim Birch, Malachi Flynn. You have Thaddeus Young, Delano Banton. So a lot of different options out here, but I am just going to roll with a 9-man rotation. I think I am going to throw Thaddeus Young in here over Kim Birch, though, just because we do have a shoe out there already. So we're going to have just another big wing out there coming off the bench with Thaddeus Young alongside with Otto Porter, Chris Boucher. So a lot of wings, a lot of size and stuff like that. That's what we know the Raptors have. As far as proficiency is concerned, we are going to run a balanced system, and we're just going to simulate season number one. I don't really think I'll stop at the trade deadline. If I do, I'll show you, but I don't plan on it. I think we're going to be a playoff team year number one, but then I think we have to make some moves if we're going to make this a championship team today. So MVP is going to go to Luka Doncic to end the season, as we always see. Jabari's Rookie of the Year. Simmons, 6th man. Giannis, Defensive Player. This is all relatively the same. I guess most improved going to Trey Jones is a little different. But Raptors fans aren't going to like this. I don't even think we made the playoffs. I thought for sure we would. I thought it would be easy to do that in year number one where I didn't have to do anything. Why does all rookie second team not show up? That's so weird to me. But regardless, I don't think we're in here. Are we even in the play-in tournament? We are not. So we are a lottery team, which is not good at all. But I will take a lottery pick. I don't even know if we own our pick, though. Do we even own our own pick? I'm not even sure. So 20 points for Fred VanVleet, 19 from Siakam, 15.5 from Gary Trent Jr., 14 for Barnes. It didn't matter. We did not make the playoffs or the play-in tournament. I believe we won like around 33 games, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, it was more than that, actually. Won 38. So we won 38 games, went 38-44, and we're a lottery team and barely missed out on the play-in, which is not a great start to this video. I thought for sure we would be, rebuilding after, being in the playoffs and maybe get to the second round. But no, we are going from not even making the playoffs to having to try to put together a championship team because I think this team is on the fringe of it, I will say. Player retirements, Udonis Haslem, Al Horford are both retiring. Straight to the lottery we go because we are a lottery team. So we do have our pick here, which is awesome. So we have the 11th overall projected pick. I mean, imagine we got lucky here and drafted Wembanyama. I doubt it, but hey, you never know. Anything is possible. I believe in the last, couple of videos that I watched the draft lottery, a team did jump up from 11. So maybe that's my luck today. And no, we jumped down to 13. The Pacers, that's a great start. Great start. So we jumped down to 13. As I'm talking about jumping up from 11 to 1, we instead drop down to 13. That's awesome. So we have the 13th overall pick in this draft. Honestly, I'm not sure if I want to draft here. We could use this pick. Like I said, Toronto is one of those teams that just needs a little bit more acquisitions, and I think this team is literally going to be a contender. So what we need to do is decide whether or not we're going to trade this pick or we're going to draft some young player to fit what we're doing right now, which I think both options are a decent option. I'm not going to sit here and say drafting is not a good option at all, but I do want to see what contracts and what salary I have under contract right now. And then we can kind of see. So OG Anunoby's $18 million this year. You got Kim Birch's, got Chris Boucher's salary. So there's definitely some salary I can throw together right now before the team intels change. And we could try to go ahead and get another player here in Toronto. Or we draft somebody. I'll show you which one we do. So we're just jumping into the draft because as of right now, I don't have a trade lined up that I like. There was a certain person I was looking at, but he wasn't under salary anymore. So I have to kind of wait. So I have Amari Bailey on the board. And I think that's who I'm going to take here. His ceiling is CJ McCollum, Flores, Larry Hughes. That seems pretty solid to me. And then he also averaged 25 in college or whatever. So taking Amari Bailey here, taking him with full confidence. He's going to be a great part of the rotation. He ends up being a 74 overall immediately. Was there a better pick there? I mean, not really. So I'm not saying Amari Bailey is going to 100% be on the roster, but I'm definitely going to maybe try to keep him around. If we do have a trade where I can include him in it, I'm going to do it. But for now, he is part of the rotation, or part of the roster, I should say. I don't know about the rotation, but part of the roster. We're going to accept out his young salary because I think that's another salary that could, help us in a trade. And Gary Trent and Fred VanVleet are both free agents. So both our backcourt guys right now are currently free agents. So we definitely have to keep tabs on that. Josh Jackson in Toronto. Josh Jackson, there's no way he was actually a Raptor, right? I'm pretty sure he just got defaultly signed here. There's no way. Is he actually a Toronto Raptor? I highly doubt it. But unless if he signed with them recently, but I don't remember that. So free agency, got Fred VanVleet, Josh Jackson, and then Jeff Doughton. And then Gary Trent Jr. is also available to us as well. We do have like no money, so I'm not worried about doing anything like that. So I do want Fred VanVleet back probably. So I guess we should maybe be looking for a shooting guard if we don't bring back Gary Trent. Or I guess we could replace Fred VanVleet with a different point guard as well. I mean, kind of opens up the opportunities here. Like I said, there was a guy I was kind of looking at, but he's a free agent right now, so I won't spoil it just yet, just in case I come back to it. But as far as maybe getting a point guard on this roster from somewhere, I mean, there's a ton of options, but I just don't really know where I'd get it from. So I think I am just going to simply offer Fred VanVleet a contract. I think it makes sense to just keep Fred VanVleet. He was our leading scorer last year. And I also would like Gary Trent Jr. back if I can get him back. Hopefully I can. I don't see why not. I should be able to because they should have his bird rights. Where is Gary Trent? Gary Trent, where are you? Can I not find... Have I passed him? Where is this man? I could have swore Gary Trent Jr. declined his option, but no, apparently he accepted it. I'm tripping, boys. Like I said, I got little to no sleep last night, so I'm just... I don't know what I'm doing right now. But regardless, got Fred VanVleet back on the roster. Then Gary Trent Jr. accepted his player option. I could have swore it said he declined it, but I'm just bugging right now, I guess. Scotty Barnes, Chris Boucher. So what I would like to do is get a center, and then we can kind of get weird with the rotation and kind of have like a different center rather than having Siakam there. That's what I kind of want to do. There was a guy I had in mind for that. He looks like he is gone now. So we can maybe try to make a trade for him. I'll show you who it is in a second. I'm assuming he probably just went back to his team. So this could maybe be like a sign-in trade scenario. Not Joel Embiid. I wish it was. But no, he did not. So I was kind of looking at Porzingis. Somebody I don't often get all that often. But it looks like he signed with a new team. So realistically speaking, doesn't look like I can get him back or can go get him. So he signed with the Pacers. So obviously I can't really acquire him right now. He just signed a new contract. If he did sign with the Wizards, we can maybe do a sign-in trade. But it looks like I have to look elsewhere. What if I could reunite Joval here in Toronto? Obviously a very solid center for the Pelicans. But what if we could get him over from the Pelicans and bring him back to Toronto to be our brand new starting center again? That would be quite excellent in my opinion. I don't want to have to give up too much for him though. So I'll offer like Justin Champ. I don't know how to say his last name, but like, and then DJ Wilson. I guess we're getting two out of the realm of possibility there. So do they accept this? They love their current roster, so they're not going to accept that right now. I feel like you do have to probably include a first for Jonas Valanciunas. So I'm going to include a first round pick. What is that saying? This trade involved in a mentorship program. Huh, interesting. I mean, sure, but I'm still going to trade him. I don't care if he's in a mentorship program. I'm sorry, but 2 seconds and this is a done deal, right? No. So they love their current roster, so it doesn't look like they're willing to change it. 2 firsts is a little steep. I'm not going more than that. So I could obviously offer OG and Anunoby, and that could be an interesting trade, but I don't really want to have to do that. So I guess my other option was kind of my backup plan is Mo Bamba on the Magic, just because I feel like Mo Bamba could be a really nice starting center for us, just solid enough. I was surprised he even signed back with Orlando, and I always thought he just looks like a Toronto Raptor to me. So Mo Bamba, Thaddeus Young, Kim Birch, Justin, and then to make it worth their while, I will give them a future first just because I don't see them making this trade for no reason. So Mo Bamba, well, I probably don't have... Do I have to give... Yeah, I'm going to do it first. No, they don't even accept that. Never mind. I thought I was going to get a done deal. DJ Wilson also, and they do agree to that. So we do get Mo Bamba to be kind of our new center here in Toronto, which we kind of needed. So we needed a big body. And I'm going to put Siakam at power forward now. Barnes, I'm going to get a little weird with the rotation, I think. This is going to be a little interesting, but Barnes as small forward would go down. OG Anunoby at shooting guard would go down, obviously, and then Gary Trent Jr. So it's going to get weird, but I have an idea. So Fred VanVleet, Malachi Flynn, Amari Bailey, Gary Trent, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Siakam, and then you got Mo Bamba Chua. So by no means did I just make this a championship roster this offseason at all. Like, by no means whatsoever. But I think we got a little bit better with Mo Bamba being our center, and then we can kind of have a funky, interesting rotation, and then Scotty Barnes is developing. So I'm excited. And I'm also going to mess with shot tendencies this year because I feel like the shot tendencies were not good enough last year. And I think that played a huge part on why we were bad. So I think things are going to change this year. Once I mess with this a little bit, it's going to be different. So the rotation we're going to run this season, like I said, is going to be a little different, but it's going to be Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, Scotty Barnes, and Mo Bamba at the center. You have Gary Trent off the bench as a 6-man, Achua, Chris Boucher, and then Malachi Flynn. So might even throw Amari Bailey over Malachi Flynn just because we know what we have in Flynn, but Amari Bailey, on the other hand, maybe could progress into something for us that's going to be awesome. And he could be a future trade chip as well, or a huge rotational piece. Shot tendencies, I want to take a look at it. So shot tendencies, we got Scotty Barnes at 60. I feel like that's really low, but at the same time, Siakam's is quite low as well. I'm going to push it up to a 90. So yeah, these are all low. Maybe this is why we were so bad last year. The tendencies are just so low here in Toronto. So I'm going to push Scotty Barnes up to like a 74-ish. We'll go OG Anunoby even higher. Like, I want these guys to score the basketball. Gary Trent off the bench, I want him to be, you know, solid. And then Mo Bamba. I don't want to, like, make everyone shoot, obviously. But a lot of these guys could put up points and just not doing it. So I'm going to go Siakam, obviously, number one option. Fred VanVleet at 85. And then Trent off the bench. I want him to be a really high volume scorer, 6-man. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. Maybe push Barnes up to a 78. But other than that, this should be a lot better. I think the shot tendencies were a huge role in why we were so bad. And I do like the addition of Mo Bamba and running Siakam at the 3. I think that's going to be interesting as well. And then Barnes. So all 3 of these guys are still out there together with a center. Gary Trent moves to the bench as a 6-man. I like it. So let's simulate season number 2. Let's hope for better days. And let's hope for a playoff spot this year. So the contract extension deadline for the first time here, showing you guys this NBA 2K23. Usually this is all saying like nobody's willing to sign, but this is the first time I've ever seen somebody will resign. And I do like Gary Trent Jr. Right now, he's averaging 16 points per game off the bench. 42% from 3, 90. I mean, that's almost 50, 40, 90, 45%. You get what I'm saying. That's got to be an immediate re-sign. Gary Trent Jr. would love to have him as my 6-man for the foreseeable future here in Toronto. So without even hesitation, he's getting the extension, and then no one else is, at least for now. So we're going to keep simulating. Things are going pretty well right now, so let's just hope it continues that way. Do I even need to show the MVP award anymore? Like, if I don't show it, you just have to assume it's Luka Doncic, right? Like, I don't know. I'll show it when it's someone else, but every time it's Luka, man. I swear. Derek Lively, Rookie of the Year in Charlotte. They needed that. Scoot wins Rookie of the Year, or 6-man in Phoenix. Joel Embiid Defensive Player. Chet's Most Improved, and JB Bickerstaff Coach of the Year. Harrison is your executive. All NBA first team. You got Luka, Trey, Giannis, Tatum, Embiid. All NBA second team, and all NBA third team. All defensive first team, and all defensive second team. So things went a lot better this year, obviously. We ended up being... Wait, are we a play-in team? Wow, we won 49 games and are in the play-in spot. Wow, that is crazy. That's how tough the East is this year, it looks like. So 49 games gets us the 7th seed, which is honestly surprising to me. I did not expect to be looking at that and being a play-in team. So if we get eliminated in the play-in, I'm going to be upset. But 21 from Siakam, 19 from Fred VanVleet, 19 from Barnes, 16 from Gary, 13 from OG, and then a 10 from Achua, 9 from Mo Bamba. So 9 and about 8 rebounds and a block, almost 2 blocks, and then also shot 37% from 3. So it was like just the perfect center I feel like to have in Toronto here with Mo Bamba joining us. I'm glad we got him from Orlando, and I look forward to re-signing him this offseason if possible. So I guess we need to see if we're going to get out of the damn play-in tournament. Honestly, we get to play the Milwaukee Bucks, which isn't going to be easy, as we know. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo and company. They got Cameron Reddish, which I like that addition for them. But we need to get out of here, and we do lose. That is not a good sign. Okay, now we get the... Well, I didn't mean to click play game, but now we get to play... Probably Detroit. No, it's Chicago. So we get to play the Chicago Bulls. So this is to get in the playoffs to face the Cleveland Cavaliers. So this is probably the right to go get swept by Cleveland because Cleveland is very overpowered in this game. But after the Donovan Mitchell trade, of course, let's see if we can beat the Chicago Bulls and go play the Cleveland Cavaliers and maybe give them a run for their money. So far, so good. But they do take the lead here. We take it back. Close game. And we do hang on and we beat them. So we do get in the playoffs, which is good because I would have hated to miss playoffs, 2 years in a row. But that's okay. Fred VanVleet, Siakam, 21. So we get it all done and we're moving on. So now we get the Cavaliers in round 1. So it used to be called LeBronto, but, LeBron's no longer here, so I don't know what you'd call it now if we do get swept by them. But we'll see, man. Maybe we can give them a run here. I mean, we have a good team, but I'm not sure we're as good as Cleveland here. So let's just see what happens. Game 1, we're down 1-0. Lose by 6. That's fair. Game 2, we do even it up, though. 117 to 109. Okay, I mean, it is possible. If we can upset them as an 8th seed, that would be very, very exciting for me. So we're going to run an 8-man rotation just to try to get our 8 best players playing. Game 3, we're up 2-1. Okay. Anything is possible here, boys. Just like KG says. Game 4. All right. Game 5. They do win. And this is probably where we get bounced out here. Unless we can push them to a Game 7. And then in Game 7s, anything can happen. So, come on, baby. Take care of home court. And we go to a Game 7 in Cleveland. And we can maybe make something happen. They are trying to come back here. We did have the lead for a lot of the game. And we barely hang on. That was a very close Game 6. But here we go, boys. Game 7 to upset Cleveland. I'm feeling pretty good right now, though. The fact that we've even pushed Cleveland this far is a good sign. You know, obviously, I'll make some more upgrades this offseason, but I'm very, very happy with what I'm seeing right now. But can we get to the second round and upset Cleveland in Game 7 as an 8th seed? It happens to me all the time. Can we do it this time? It's not looking like it. They're going to blow us out, it looks like. So, unfortunate, disappointing, but the fact that we pushed them that far is an intriguing sign, like I said. So I'm looking forward to upgrading the roster even further if I can this offseason, as Nikola Jokic and Garland are your finals MVPs or conference finals MVPs. And you got the Nuggets going on to win the championship. Shout out to Jokic. But yeah, this could be a very fun offseason. A lot of retirements here. A lot. Thaddeus Young retiring in Orlando. You got Carmelo retiring in Miami. Iguodala, Kyle Lowry, Rudy Gay. So a lot of retirements. All right, let's go straight to the draft lottery. And let's see what we got going on. I don't think we have a lottery pick or anything like that, obviously. So not worried about this. We do not. Do we have our pick? Yes, we have 22. We have Amari Bailey. We have some assets. I want to make this team even better. I could, you know, just stay patient with Amari Bailey, and he might progress like crazy this offseason, be like a huge part of the rotation, and maybe he's the missing piece. But I can't bank on that. I think I do have to look to maybe trade him. I'm not even sure what I'm looking for this offseason. I really loved what Mo Bamba brought to the table, and I loved what my starting 5 looked like. I guess the one trade I would kind of look into is maybe, just maybe, OG Anunoby is a piece that we can maybe move on from and get a different shooting guard. I do like OG Anunoby, but if I can get a better overall shooting guard, I guess he's an expiring contract anyway, but we'll see. We'll look into it. That's the one guy I'm kind of looking at. Or we could do the same thing with Fred VanVleet. You can make the argument for either. So we're going to maybe look into all options here. I want to upgrade the backcourt, I think. I think that's my number one goal here, is to upgrade the backcourt. Whether it's trading OG or Fred VanVleet, I'm going to try to do it, I think. So I'm going to try to bring the Canada boy home. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I traded for him, I believe, in the Hornets video, but I know Shai is from Canada, and this has been kind of talked about in the past about maybe Toronto eventually acquiring Shai somehow because, like I said, he's from there. But this is the trade I have in mind right now. I don't know if this would go through, but it'd be Amari Bailey, a bunch of all my picks going to OKC, then Fred VanVleet going to Chicago, and the Thunder, and the Chicago Bulls to Saric, and a first over to the Thunder. So basically the Thunder walk away with a huge platter of stuff. And then I don't know, I don't usually do 3-team trades, are hard to execute, so let's see if this would go through. We like what we have as far as this trade is concerned. The Bulls say, okay, so the Bulls are not willing to give up their pick. I mean, maybe unless it's a future first, you're asking me to give away a valuable asset. Okay, so that is not going to work. So I think I tried to throw in the 12th pick of Chicago. So let's say it's a 2028 pick instead. Let's offer this up. This trade looks acceptable for me. The Bulls like that trade more. So, I mean, can you give me like maybe another pick in here? Is that crazy to ask for? Let's see. Nope. The Thunder say, or the Bulls say no to that. So I am trying to make this happen. I just don't know why the Thunder would want Fred VanVleet. I guess if we were going to do this without having a third team involved, if I offered this, they don't even agree to that. So it was an idea I had in mind. I think this is the best package I could possibly offer. Like, I don't have anything else to offer, really. Unless Gary Trent Jr. excites them more, which I doubt it. Never mind. I guess he does. So we trade Gary Trent Jr. And we just got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in Toronto. So Amari Bailey, all of our picks that we could throw in there. And we get Shai. And now we have Shai and Fred VanVleet in the backcourt. I am sad about trading away Gary Trent, but we bring the boy home. Shai is back where he's from. And now we have a Shai and Scottie Barnes duo for the future. Siakam, we're going to bring him back as well. And OG Anunoby will be bringing back as well. So this is very interesting. I love it. Let's go straight to player options now. And let's see what we got. So player options got OG Anunoby declining. Barnes, we of course are accepting. Qualifying offers, Achua and Delano Banton are free agents. Definitely want Achua back. And then Siakam, I would love to have back as well. And OG Anunoby. I want to keep the core around. So we're about to spend a lot of money on this roster, which is why we went ahead and made the trade that we did. We actually could go crazy and sign someone else here. Like, we could go for like someone else. I can go Anthony Edwards. Is Edwards from Canada as well? No. Wait, no, he's not. I don't think he is. I don't know why I thought that. Wait, I have to check that real quick. I don't know why on earth I thought Edwards was from Canada at all. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm an idiot. But I'm just going to stick with giving Siakam and OG contracts and bringing the Toronto Raptors core back. We're also going to give Mo Bamba a contract to come back. I like what he brought to the table. So we're going to sign all three of these guys, spending a lot of money on this roster. But with Shea being here, I'm pretty confident this is going to work out regardless. So I'm going to have Achua also come back on this roster. And then Malachi Flynn's probably going to be our last addition as well. So that is going to be a lot of money spent on this roster. We are definitely going to be in the luxury tax, but I'm pretty confident with what we've put together here that this is going to be well worth it. And we should be able to sign one more free agent. So we got Shea and Fred VanVleet together right now. OG Anunoby. So I guess that moves Fred VanVleet to a 6-man role then, doesn't it? If we don't want to, bench OG Anunoby, which I'm okay with because I like OG Anunoby being out there first 3 and D prowess. And then you got Siakam, you got Barnes and Boucher still, and then Precious Chua and Mo Bamba, which I love. I'm not sure I can fully trust. I will say I'm not sure I can fully trust having Boucher be my backup 4 or backup forward in general. I feel like he might go down overall, so I should look at signing a forward. So we got like Markkanen, Jayshawn Tate. So there's definitely some options here. I got Matisse Thybulle. I'm gonna grab Matisse Thybulle for his defense. I think he would make a lot of sense to Toronto. So gonna grab Matisse Thybulle as well to be a backup small forward. And then we got like Batum out here, Reggie Bullock. But I think I'm good. I like this roster. Bringing Shea back home feels nice. He is exactly from Toronto. I knew he was from Canada. I didn't know he was actually from Toronto straight up. But he is from Canada. So from Toronto, Canada. He is back here, back home. We love it. Siakam, probably OG Anunoby. So loving how this is going to look going into next season. I'm pretty confident with Shea coming over. This team is where we need them to be. This could be a championship caliber team. We pushed Cleveland to the limits last year. With Shea coming over, it upgrades everything. I'm pretty excited about how this could go next season. Can't wait to see how we do. Did not mean to load that draft class, but we'll fix that in a second. Let's just go look at the rotation real quick, and let's take a look. So we got Shea, OG Anunoby, Siakam, Barnes, Mo Bamba, Fred VanVleet, and a 6-man role, which I do like. Achua, Matisse Thybulle, and then we can throw Chris Boucher back out there. So 9-man rotation, feeling great about it. Shea is going to put us over the top, and we're going to go win a championship in Toronto. I'm confident in that. So look, we got a different MVP. It's going to go to Jason Tatum, Wagner's Rookie of the Year. You got Markelle Fultz, 6-man in Cleveland. You got offensive player goes to Anthony Davis. And you got most improved going to AJ Griffin, Rick Carlisle. Coach of the Year and John Murphy is your executive. All-NBA first team got John Morant, Luka, Tatum, Giannis, Jokic. All-NBA second team, LaMelo, Garland, Edwards, LeBron. And then Shea does make All-NBA third team representing his home country. Love to see that. 25 points and 39% from 3. So I'm so happy we got him. And then if you take a look at where we're at, so we are the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. Indiana got the number 1 seed, which they have Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Smith, Porzingis. Okay, very interesting team in Indiana. I'm glad we don't have to face Cleveland anytime soon. If we do face them, it would be in the Eastern Conference Finals. But we get Shea averaging 25, 22.5 from Barnes, 20 from Siakam, 16 from Fred VanVleet off the bench, 12 from OG, and then 11 from Achua, 9 from Mo Bamba, also with 7. And again, nice blocks as well, 1.5, and then that's it. So let's go out here and let's see if you can move on and go to the second round. Get to play Detroit in round 1. A little nervous about this one. They somehow have RJ Barrett, and then they also have Wembanyama and Jaden Ivey. So they do have a good team here in Detroit. Somebody can come around against them, and we are going to beat them in 5. So that's good. And Boston gets eliminated. So the MVP, Jason Tatum, gets eliminated in round 1. And now we get the Orlando Magic. We have Lonzo, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paulo, Sabonis, Wendell Carter. So this is a good team in Orlando. I'm actually a little nervous about this one. Game 1, we're up 1-0. Great start. 2-0. So far, so good. Come on. Let's go 3-1. There we go. Beat them in 5. And we get to the East Conference Finals. And now we get to play the team we pushed to 7 last year, which is the Cleveland Cavaliers with home court advantage. We pushed this team to the limits last year. So hopefully with Shea coming over, we should be able to beat this team. I feel confident we can do that. I think we matched them very well. Scotty Barnes and Mo Bamba could absolutely match up with Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen. We both have good 6-man, which is Fred VanVleet, Markelle Fultz. The backcourts on both sides are pretty intriguing. The small forward spot, I give my upgrade. I give myself the W for that. Siakam over Okoro. But regardless, game 1, we're down 1-0. We lose pretty badly. We do even it up though. Game 3, 2-1. So far, I'm not liking this because we just need to beat Cleveland, man. We push them to the limits. They're gonna start Fred VanVleet and Shea together. That's fine. If they want to do that, that's fine. Let's just go to a game 4 simcast. I am a little nervous about going down 3-1. I don't want to be in that position. We need to win game 4. If we don't win game 4, this could be doomsday for us. I guess we can always run it back, of course, but I would rather just win it this year right now because I think we put together the team to do it. We are going to lose game 4, so we have to go to game 5 and ultimately push this back, man. So unfortunate for us, but here we go. We are going to go to a game 5 in Toronto. So this is a game we could win in front of our hometown fans. We got to the East Conference Finals. Can we push the Cavaliers to the limits again like we did that one year, just literally last year. It's not looking good, though. Maybe the expectations were not there last year, which is why it was easier. But we are going to get bounced out in 5 to Cleveland. So Cleveland's going to be one of those teams that's always going to be hard to beat in 2K, it seems like. So Garland, and you got Jokic. So it's literally the same finals as last year. And you got the Nuggets once again winning it all. So we're going to run it back one more year. I think it's safe to say we should do that to give this like another chance. I know player progression is not going to be on our side soon. I think Pascal Siakam might start going down. Hopefully Shea and Scotty Barnes can, obviously still hold down the fort. But disappointing, I will say that. The roster should stay the same. I'm going to just go ahead. Well, I guess I can get like Greg Popovich to be my head coach. Does he sign that? No. Okay, let me just get Nick Nurse back. Let me stop playing around. So Nick Nurse, wherever you're at, Kenny Atkinson is here. Why is it so hard to find your head coach after he's gone? But I'm going to basically bring everybody back. Going to run it back one more season. If it does not happen, then I guess we're not a championship team today. So once again, we are the 2nd seed in the East. And one thing I'm already seeing that's a positive sign is the Cleveland Cavaliers are not in the playoffs. They're in the play-in tournament. So hopefully they find a way to get eliminated before we even see them. That is a team that's been kind of giving us issues. But Shea, Barnes, all this is relatively the same. Like I said, this is our last year. So if we can't get it done this year, then it can't happen. So let's go ahead and... what did I say? I said we would hopefully get to avoid this team. They lost Donovan Mitchell, though. Bro, come on. We got to beat this team. They lost Donovan Mitchell. Somebody come around against them, and we beat them in 4. Let's go. Okay, so they lost Donovan Mitchell. That's huge for us. That was definitely huge. And now we get Boston, who acquired Franz Wagner. They no longer have Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. Okay. I mean, they have Kuminga and stuff, but... we beat this team. We beat them in 6. Let's go. We don't have to deal with Detroit. We get the Pacers, who have Jonathan Isaac, Porzingis. Then you have Dia Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Nick Smith. It's a solid Pacers team, but I think we're better. And we're going to beat them in 6. Let's go. We're in the NBA Finals. And now we get to play the team that's been winning the last 2 years. So, Toronto versus Denver. Game 1 goes to us. 2-0. 3-0. And we are going to beat the Denver Nuggets in 4 games to bring a championship to the Toronto Raptors. Absolutely worked out our way. Donovan Mitchell not being signed in Cleveland and then Jason Tatum not being there in Boston anymore. Literally could not have gotten luckier than that. Honestly, that is huge for us. That was crazy luck. But I'll end it there. I'm happy with the championship. Has not been happening for me lately. So I'm glad we got one today. But shout out to the Raptors. This was a fun rebuild. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Tomorrow we're doing a throwback rebuild. So comment down any Throwback Thursday rebuilds you have in mind. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.